The air crackled with anticipation. It always does when Katt Williams speaks. You see, Katt doesn't just talk, he detonates truth bomb. And the latest explosion? It ripped through the carefully constructed narrative surrounding the Diddy documentary, leaving a trail of unanswered questions and whispered accusations. The question isn't whether Diddy's empire is crumbling, because it is. The question is, who else is going down with and who is being strategically shielded from the blast? 50 Cent, the man who built his empire on beef and brutal honesty, produced Diddy: The Reckoning for Netflix. A title dripping with irony, considering The Reckoning seems to be selectively applied. The documentary promised a raw, unfiltered look at Diddy's world, a world now synonymous with scandal and alleged depravity. But according to Katt, and let's be honest, Katt has a pretty damn good track record when it comes to sniffing out BS, the documentary is less a full exposé and more a carefully curated narrative designed to protect certain powerful figures. Think about it. Diddy, a man who built his career on spectacle and carefully crafted image, suddenly finds himself caught in a storm of accusations. Lawsuits pile up, the feds are circling, and the whispers of underage exploitation grow louder. The documentary, positioned as a tell-all, arrives just as the walls are closing in. Convenient, isn't it? Katt Williams, never one to mince words, called out 50 Cent directly. He accused him of protecting certain individuals, scrubbing their names from the documentary to maintain the illusion of a contained scandal. These aren't just bit players, these are heavy hitters, the untouchables of Hollywood and the music industry, the ones who grease the wheels, pull the strings, and ultimately control the narrative. The implication is clear. The Diddy scandal isn't just about one man's alleged transgressions, it's about a systemic problem, a culture of abuse and exploitation that has been allowed to fester for decades, protected by a network of powerful individuals. And 50 Cent, whether by choice or coercion, is complicit in maintaining that protection. But why? What motivates 50 to shield these individuals? Is it fear? Is it financial pressure? Or is it something even more insidious? A tacit understanding that to expose these figures would be to unravel the entire fabric of the entertainment industry? The answer, undoubtedly, is a complex cocktail of all of the above. Fear, of course, is a powerful motivator. These are individuals with immense power and resources, capable of unleashing a torrent of legal and financial pressure on anyone who dares to cross them. Then there's the financial aspect. We're talking about potential bribes, backroom deals, and the threat of having lucrative projects canceled. But perhaps the most compelling reason is the unspoken code of silence. The understanding that to expose one's own is to risk being ostracized, blacklisted, and ultimately erased from the industry. Katt Williams saw this coming months ago. His infamous Club Shay Shay interview, a masterclass in truth-telling disguised as comedic rant, served as a chilling prophecy. He warned that all lies would be exposed in 2024, but he also hinted at the limitations of that exposure, the invisible lines that cannot be crossed, the names that cannot be spoken. He called out TD Jakes, Diddy, and a host of others, but he also alluded to a deeper, more pervasive rot, a system that protects the powerful at the expense of the vulnerable. Now, as the Diddy documentary arrives, stripped of its most explosive revelations, Katt's words ring with a chilling accuracy. The question isn't whether Diddy is guilty. The question is who else is guilty, and why are they being protected? The answer, as always, lies in the shadows, waiting to be dragged into the light. The names themselves are a roadmap, tracing the contours of power and influence within the entertainment industry. Snoop Dogg, the laid-back icon, his public persona carefully constructed over decades. The accusations against him, whispered for years, suddenly resurfaced, only to be quickly buried under a wave of celebrity endorsements and Super Bowl performance. Ally Carter's lonely voice, crying in the wilderness, dismissed as a disgruntled conspiracy theorist. But the silence surrounding Snoop is deafening. It speaks volumes about the power he wields, the deals he's made, and the secrets he keeps. Exposing Snoop would mean exposing a network, a cabal of individuals who have profited from the exploitation of others. Then there's Kevin Hart, the comedic powerhouse, the everyman who clawed his way to the top. His connection to Diddy, glossed over in the media, relegated to a footnote in his biography. But the puffy flavor camps, the whispered rumors of wild parties and questionable behavior, linger in the background. Hart's carefully crafted jokes at the BET Awards, a subtle dance on the edge of truth, revealing more than he intended. No after-parties tonight, he declared, a thinly veiled. Orlando Brown's accusations, dismissed as the ramblings of a troubled mind, still managed to plant a seed of doubt. Is Kevin Hart a victim, a perpetrator, or simply a survivor, complicit in his own silence? Mace, the fallen angel of Bad Boy Records, his transformation from chart-topping rapper to born-again preacher, a subject of endless speculation. His decade-long struggle to escape Diddy's clutches, a testament to the power Diddy held over him. The V103 interview, a bizarre spectacle of forced gratitude and nervous laughter, revealing the lingering control Diddy exerted, even after Mace's supposed liberation. Why the silence? Is Mace afraid of Diddy? Or is he still entangled in a web of obligation and fear? His silence protects Diddy, yes, but it also protects himself. Meek Mill, the voice of the streets, his career built on authenticity and raw emotion. The leaked audio, the whispers of inappropriate relationships, the quick and decisive scrubbing from the internet, the threat of lawsuits, the power of Meek's legal team, the pragmatic decision to avoid a messy and potentially unwinnable battle. But the damage is done. The rumors persist, the questions linger, and Meek's reputation is forever tarnished. Justin Bieber and Usher, the child stars groomed in the Diddy machine. Their stories, the most disturbing of all, hinting at unspeakable abuses and the shattering of innocence. Their pain, etched on their faces, a silent scream for help. 50 Cent's decision to protect them, the only humane choice, acknowledging the devastating impact of Diddy's actions on vulnerable young lives. But their absence leaves a void, a gaping hole in the narrative, a reminder of the darkness that lurks beneath the surface of the entertainment industry. And finally, Clive Davis, the puppet master, the architect of the modern music industry, his name whispered in hushed tones, a symbol of ultimate power and control. Diddy, merely a foot soldier in Clive's army, a pawn in a much larger game. Exposing Clive would mean exposing the entire system, the network of executives, lawyers, and media moguls who have profited from the exploitation of artists for decades. Fear, the ultimate motivator, silencing any attempt to challenge Clive's reign. The documentary itself becomes a character in this saga, a flawed protagonist wrestling with its own limitations. It shines a light into the darkness, but only so far. It exposes the sins of Diddy, but shields the architects of the system that enabled him. It's a reckoning, yes, but a partial one. A carefully managed crisis designed to appease the masses while protecting the elite. The question that screams to be answered is, what did 50 Cent know? Was he a willing participant in this cover-up? Or was he strong-armed into silence? Did he genuinely believe that protecting certain individuals was necessary to ensure the documentary's release? Or was he simply protecting his own interests? The answer, like everything else in this twisted tale, is likely shrouded in layers of complexity and compromise. 50 Cent, the streetwise hustler who built his empire on defying authority, now finds himself in the uncomfortable position of defending the status quo. His silence speaks volumes, betraying the very principles he once espoused. The documentary, intended to be a takedown of Diddy, becomes a reflection of 50 Cent's own moral ambiguity. The absence of these 7 names transforms the documentary from a searing indictment into a carefully crafted narrative, a performance for public consumption. It sanitizes the truth, erases the uncomfortable details, and ultimately protects the guilty. The documentary is a smokescreen, a distraction from the deeper, more systemic problems that plague the entertainment industry. The focus on Diddy allows the real power brokers to remain in the shadows, pulling the strings, manipulating the narrative, and ensuring that the cycle of abuse continues unabated. Diddy becomes the fall guy, the sacrificial lamb offered up to appease the gods of public opinion, but the system remains intact, ready to churn out the next generation of victims and perpetrators. Katt Williams, the Cassandra of comedy, stands vindicated. His warning, once dismissed as the ramblings of a madman, now resonate with chilling accuracy. He saw the cracks in the facade, the rot beneath the surface, and he dared to speak the truth, even when no one wanted to listen. His bravery serves as a stark contrast to the complicity of others, the silent acquiescence of those who benefit from the system's inherent corruption. The Diddy documentary is a turning point, a moment of reckoning for the entertainment industry. But it's also a missed opportunity, a chance to expose the full extent of the rot, to dismantle the system that protects the powerful at the expense of the vulnerable. The absence of those 7 names serves as a constant reminder of the limitations of this reckoning, the invisible lines that cannot be crossed, the truths that cannot be spoken. The story is far from over. The feds are still investigating, the lawsuits are still piling up, and the whispers of more revelations continue to circulate. The truth, like a relentless tide, will eventually come to the surface, no matter how hard the powerful try to suppress it. The question is, who will be brave enough to speak out, to challenge the system, and to finally hold the guilty accountable? The answer, as always, lies in the hands of those who refuse to be silenced,